It's 40 days to the 7th December general election. Good morning. Welcome to the Star Breakfast News. Coming up this morning, Ministry of National Security rubbishes claim by Reuters that Islamist militants from Burkina Faso are using parts of northern Ghana for logistical and medical support. Also coming up, three-party supporters from the camp of the Aguna West Independent Parliamentary candidate Cynthia Morrison in critical condition after the candidate escaped assassination attempt. Still in this edition, Paramount Chief of Asukoko lauds NPP flag bearer for his issue-based campaigning, which he describes as grounded in evidence.
Nanano of Kachi have been following your campaign with great interest and admiration. Your campaign, which is grounded on evidence, is issue-based and devoid of insults. Your humility is infectious.
You've got details coming up shortly. Please don't go away.
Star News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, My Star Radio in the USA, also live on Facebook on Star 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Star 103.5 FM, Star News. Informed, in depth, in touch.
Many thanks to you for choosing Star News. I am Nurein Abass. The Ministry of National Security has dismissed claims from Reuters suggesting that Islamist militants from Burkina Faso are utilizing parts of northern Ghana for logistical and medical support. The report alleged that insurgents from Burkina Faso have been crossing into northern Ghana to access resources like food, fuel, and medical care for injured fighters, claiming that this occurs with limited interference from Ghanaian authorities. Reuters cited unnamed Ghanaian security officials and regional diplomats as sources for these claims. In a statement, the Ministry of National Security urged the public to disregard these reports. Here are excerpts of that statement.
The Ministry of National Security has noted with grave concern a recent news report riddled with non-factual representation by Reuters dated October 24, 2024. This report erroneously claimed that Islamist militants are allegedly using northern Ghana as a logistical and medical base to support their insurgent activities. Specifically, the report wrongly asserts that Ghanaian authorities appeared to be largely turning a blind eye to insurgents crossing from neighboring Burkina Faso to obtain food, fuel, and even explosives, as well as receiving medical treatment in local hospitals. The government of Ghana, through its state security and intelligence agencies, conducts continuous operations to prevent any terrorist infiltration or cross-border movement of militants, and has been doing so over the years with notable successes. Furthermore, Ghana remains steadfast in its collaboration with neighboring countries, reinforcing intelligence sharing and operational coordination to address shared security threats in the region. The Ministry of National Security therefore calls on the public and international community to disregard these erroneous and irresponsible reports. The Ghana government will remain steadfast and not relent on its responsibility to uphold national security and safeguard the safety and well-being of its citizens, and we shall continue to do so without compromising on the wider regional counter-terrorism efforts.
You heard excerpt of a statement from the Ministry of National Security. Now, still relating to security issues, cybersecurity experts are advocating a collaborative effort among stakeholder agencies to tackle the escalating canker of online scams. With the digital landscape becoming increasingly complex, unsuspecting patrons of online businesses have become more susceptible to these scams, underscoring the urgency for more awareness efforts. Speaking during an awareness forum, cybersecurity expert and chief executive of Smart Think Global Technology, Samson Ntiamwa, called for more investment in technologies to combat cybercrime.
As Ghana swiftly embraces digitalization, vulnerabilities in cyberspace has become a significant threat. The 2023 Ghana FinTech Reports indicates that cyber fraud, including credit card identity and romance fraud, is the country's most common cybercrime, with the financial sector as a primary target. The menace cost Ghana an estimated 4.3 million Ghana cedis in 2022, a 65% increase from the previous. Alarmingly, losses escalated to 4.9 million Ghana cedis in just the first 9 months of the year 2024.
Data from Statista, the FBI and IMF indicates that the global cost of cybercrime is set to jump from $8.44 trillion in 2022 to $23.84 trillion by 2027. Between January and September this year, 44% of the total incidents reported involved online fraud. 19% were related to unauthorized access. 15% involved online blackmail. 8% were cases of cyberbullying. These incidents were recorded through the cybersecurity incident reporting points of contact, with total.
Speaking during an interview on the sidelines of the event, Chief Executive of Smart Think Global Technology, Samson Ntiamwa, advised end users to adopt basic security measures, especially on social media, to help combat cyber crimes.
Human beings are the weakest link to cyber threat. So we all need to know some of the measures and policies and the procedure that we need to have in place to ensure that we are protected from the usage of our mobile phones, laptops, our social media platforms. Once we have the awareness that these are the possible threats that can occur with the usage of our social media accounts and our mobile phones, we'll be able to know the measures to protect it.
The Awareness Forum brought together experts in the cybersecurity space to discuss strategies to combat misinformation and disinformation in a digitally resilient democracy.
You heard a report by Star News' Obed King Gaglo. Away from that, 3 party supporters from the camp of the Aguna West Independent Parliamentary candidate Cynthia Morrison are in critical condition, while the independent candidate herself escaped an assassination attempt in a clash between the New Patriotic Party supporters and supporters of her camp at a mini rally at Aguna Nyakrom in the Aguna West constituency of the Central Region. Information gathered by Star News' Yabuejan revealed that an unknown man tried to shoot Cynthia Morrison during the mini rally, but was unsuccessful. However, 3 of her supporters were hit and are receiving treatment at the hospital. The incident happened around 8 p.m. yesterday. An eyewitness has been speaking to Star News.
Malami jina opini tunu tuwe se tuno se fumi na me boy you know ya mi wan se moja na wi efika no mu kana ekoso eduru bet me hu ni normal na me hu ni se political kai dia Chris Nika anana obesin no na boy bi bom bim ti boy ni bom na ka ni jina na driver no osan ya na boy na bom ni mi nimu no itu so gwan na oyi tu no na me mi to na me ni sister na ye jina woni nti tu no tu ya na me mi to fam
e ba no osi okofie nti we wura ni store nti mi di na chi nti dia me hu ani se ka na ejina na etu no wa atu ni eye brack ti se man ni ka ya ojemiya.
So you had some eyewitnesses there. Essentially what they were saying is that the people who attempted to shoot the parliamentary candidate were in a black vehicle who stopped abruptly and started to fire some gunshot. We'll bring you reactions to this story in subsequent bulletins. But before we go, the paramount chief of the Asukoko Traditional Council, who doubles as president of the Association of Chiefs in Karachi East, Nana Odam Jemfi III has lauded Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia for what he describes as the flag bearer's issue-based campaign grounded in evidence. Speaking during a community engagement in Tokrano in the Karachi East constituency on Saturday, Nana Odam Jemfi III noted that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia has not been implicated in any corrupt or fraudulent activities during his 8-year tenure as vice president. He expressed confidence that the people in the area will reward Bawumia in the upcoming 7th December general election.
Nanano of Karachi East have been following your campaign with great interest and admiration. Your campaign, which is grounded on evidence, is issue-based and devoid of insults. Your humility is infectious. During your 8 years as Vice President of the Republic, you have not been cited for corruption or any fraudulent deal. To us, therefore, you are credible and honest leader with integrity. Your love for all manner of persons without discrimination based on age, gender, ability, disability, tribal, or religious affiliation is exemplary. We, Nanano of Karachi East constituency, are therefore of the firm belief that Ghanaians will reward your sterling qualities, credibility, delivery, humility, and excellent human relations by affirming you as next president of the Republic of Ghana in December 7th.
And that was the paramount chief of the Esu Koko Traditional Council, who doubles as president of the Association of Chiefs in Karachi East, Nana Odam Jemfi III. That brings us to the end of the breakfast news this morning. When you log on to starfm.com.gh, you'll find more news updates there. I am Nurein Abass. Many thanks for your company.